idea that if I try something new, people will judge me, who cares? People are going to laugh or point or judge no matter what, because unfortunately, that's just human nature. And sometimes people are a-holes. What's happening, family? Welcome to Romo Strength, where resiliently overcoming my obstacles is taught to be your inner voice. So you're probably wondering, where the heck am I? I am actually in my backyard, and I'm actually in my favorite spot in the backyard. Also here in my wife's garden, which it was her idea to get this going, which meant it was more work for me, but I'm joking. But anyway, pick this spot because it's a perfect segue, because the next couple of videos that I will release will discuss things in the realm of physical fitness, nutrition, diet. And you're probably wondering, I am moving this arm a lot more. This is the arm that I had surgery on. It's because I'm progressing. I'm moving in the right direction. So anyway, I digress. Last video, we talked about a growth mindset. This video, we're tackling limited beliefs. These days, a lot of us talk, but we don't act. If we don't succeed, it's someone else's fault, or we make up some excuse. This is sometimes true, but for most of us, it's not. So what's the holdup? What's the reason why we don't succeed? Sometimes it's not your job. It's not your childhood. It's not your bank account. It's what you believe about yourself. In this video, we're revealing the invisible wall keeping you stuck, limiting beliefs. We are not being generic or using some Pinterest quote. We are peeking behind the curtain of limiting beliefs that sneak into your relationships, your confidence, and your growth. So what are limiting beliefs? Limiting beliefs are those inner thoughts, those inner stories we repeat for so long they start to sound like facts. They're rooted in old experiences. They're rooted in disappointments. They're rooted in childhood conditioning or childhood abuse, for that matter. It's fear-based narratives that we inherited, that's told to us by our parents or someone else that we love that is close to us. They say things like, you're not smart enough, or you'll never be successful, or people like me don't win, or whatever excuse you can come up with. But here's the thing. Beliefs are not truths. They're actually interpretations. And interpretations can be changed. They can also be misread. So let me give you a real example. My son, Thomas, he had to pick a sport for school. So in our household, we have a rule that you have to play a sport, because I personally believe in sports. I believe sports teach you a lot about life, and it helps you to develop character in ways that other experiences can't. And not only that, but within sports, there's a set confine of rules that you have to learn how to navigate. But anyway, once again, I'm going down my rabbit hole. So in our household, you have to pick one sport, especially while he's in middle school, because elementary, they don't really have sports. But in middle school and high school, you have to pick a sport. So he had an option to pick a sport in the beginning of the school year. He didn't. So his only option was wrestling. And he did not want to wrestle because he was anxious about wearing a singlet. Also, he was still adjusting to middle school. As a 7th grader, he didn't want to stand out. He just wanted to blend in and go with the crowd. He had already decided and made it up in his mind that if he wrestled, it was going to be awful. But we had to unpack it. So when we did, we asked him, what are you really afraid of? Turned out he was scared of being laughed at. But guess what? He went, he tried out, he did great to his surprise. He found friends, he joined the team, and he loves it now. That limiting beliefs almost robbed him of that experience. The idea that if I try something new, people will judge me, who cares? People are gonna laugh or point or judge no matter what, because unfortunately, that's just human nature, and sometimes people are a-holes. Which it kind of sounds a little judgmental on me, but we just know there's some people who are just not nice. They're just not good people. So how do you know you've got limiting beliefs? Sometimes they show up like this. You talk yourself out of applying for a better job. You shrink back from saying how you really feel about something. Or you feel stuck, but you convince yourself it's just how it is. That's just the cards that I'm dealt. Sometimes we call it being realistic, but in reality, it is self-sabotaging wearing a wise disguise. And it gets worse when you slip into the victim mentality. That mindset that says, I can't help it. That's just who I am. Or the world is just against me. The victim mindset is loud and it is false. It blames others for everything. It resists accountability. It pushes fault. You focus on the problem, not the solution. And here's the most dangerous part. Sometimes we don't want to change. Sometimes we don't want solutions, because if we have solutions, then that means that we will have to put in work. Solutions require change, and change is uncomfortable. But growth and comfort, it cannot exist in the same space. They cannot coexist. So how do we shift? Number one, start listening to your inner dialogue. What beliefs is driving your fear? Number two, is it fact or is it fear? Number three, instead of I'm not good enough, say I'm learning and growing every day. Once again, we talked about this on the last video. Number four, take small action. Courage builds motion. Courage builds momentum. 5, surround yourself with truth tellers. Don't surround yourself with people who are going to fuel your excuses. So with these tools, let's get busy. Let's put on the hard hat. Let's get to work. Your mind will believe whatever you feed it. And if you feed it fear, it will freeze. If you feed it faith, if you feed it truth, it will free you. You are not your past. You are not your fear. You are not your limiting beliefs. You are becoming, and becoming starts now. So if any of this resonated with you, like, subscribe, drop it in the comments. What's one belief you're ready to let go of today? What's one limiting belief that you're ready to let go of today? All right, folks, that's it. Until next time, peace and progress. I'm out.